Well, hey there. We are back with another unboxing episode. If you recall, at the beginning of this whole adventure, we had 4 boxes. Used the randomizer here with pucks that were labeled to match and all that stuff. We don't need to use the puck this time, and we definitely don't need the randomizer. 2 things I want to say. First off, please, apologies. My voice is really shot. I have been under the weather for the last 10 days. Everybody in my house has been, and that's why it's taken me so long to get to this final box. I know what's in here, and this one isn't as wow-inducing as the other 3 boxes were. This one's more going to be a little bit of a vlog about buying and shipping and receiving vintage gear, or anything in your hobby world for that matter. So we'll start here by cracking it open. Always open them gentle. Like, I kept my finger on the tip of this thing just so I know that the scissors wouldn't go down in. The blue GM12 blocker was like face up right below the surface of this lid, and if I had been one of those crazy people that whips out a packing knife or whatever and just slices through, I could have really damaged that. The reason these come to me is I actually had made a purchase months and months ago. Geez, it might even have been as far back as July, from someone I've bought from before, several times as a matter of fact, and I know they sell a lot of vintage gear on the internet, and they're a reliable person. So first off, a huge shout out to Andrew. Really appreciate him working with me in this situation we came up with here. So going back again, months ago I bought a blocker, a pretty hard to find, somewhat rare blocker. I made a fair offer for the condition it was in. And then right before he was shipping it to me, he shot me a message and said he found the matching catch glove. Again, fairly hard to find, borderline what you would consider a rare glove, still in pretty good shape. I already have similar gloves. In fact, I have the same catch glove, but I think the one I was buying from him was in better condition. And again, like I said, I've bought from him several times, and I know many people that have bought from him. So yeah, absolutely. What's the price? We came to a deal. He boxed them together. That in and of itself is the first mistake I made. Not boxing them together, that's not the mistake. The mistake is not considering now that there's the value of the 2 gloves in one box. Long story short, on that adventure, Canada Post lost the package. It scanned in at the post office where he does his business, lots of business, where every package I've ever got from him, including this one, starts. It just never got scanned again. We waited all through the process. We both communicated with Canada Post. Eventually, we had to do a lost claim, and then that process has to go through. They decide they've lost the package. The basic insurance value covers, I think it was 100 Canadian dollars, plus the initial cost of shipping, which was like 35 Canadian. So I sent him more than that to buy products and include the shipping value. And then he's, entrusting Canada Post. The problem I have with that is the first thing I didn't do was request full value insurance on it. I definitely should have requested that from him. Neither one of us thought of it. As hard to find as those gloves were, I don't think I've ever had anything lost on the way to me from Canada. So it just didn't come to mind. I think honestly, I've only had one package ever completely lost, and that was a whole different story, but that was coming from Sweden. Anyhow, the insurance, that goes to the sender, and then it's between me and the sender, and Andrew's a good guy. Again, I've done business with him many times. I didn't feel right demanding he refund me everything, since in reality it was kind of a shared problem with the insurance stuff. If we had insured it for the full value, it wouldn't have been a problem. He'd have got the money back from Canada Post and then just refunded it all back to me or whatever. We just didn't do that. We didn't think of it. Neither one of us did. But we learned our lesson. A short time after all that cleared up, I noticed he had another set of gloves that are a little less desirable compared to what I lost out on, but I could find a home for. They're gloves that I think I may have even said in at least one video on my channel I don't like. Now, mind you, there are different eras of this glove model. So anyways, here's a set of gloves. We made an arrangement. and I'm comfortable with it and he was comfortable with it. And so instead of me getting the gloves I initially bought from him, I've got these. I'm not out. He's not out a whole lot, if any. He's probably at a break even, and I'm probably close to a break even. So listen, in your hobby, or if you're buying and selling this stuff, talk insurance. Please talk insurance. It's rare, but I'll tell you, I now literally only have 2 packages that have ever gone missing, and both of them are on that rare spectrum of items. I have a friend that is experiencing a similar problem, having it underinsured for something that's nearly priceless. I know that there's a lot of loopholes that the insurance value, especially when it's cross-border, when it comes to duties and all that other stuff. But anyway, that's the long story, the moral, the vlog part of this video. Here we are. Let's unbag them, and then I'll tell you why I wanted them. Okay, Vic Pro 5000 blocker and catch glove. So there are several eras of Vic goalie gear. There's Vic McMartin, and there's Vic Rawlings. There was a point where the Rawlings, like baseball sporting goods, owned Vic. Let me point out too that the Pro 5000 model number has been around through the whole thing. I think it's the only gloves they ever made were Pro 5000s, model numbered. These are in really good shape, and these are the Vic independent labeled. So they're not Vic McMartin, which I think are still pretty good, but they're not Vic Rawlings, which is important because by the time these became Vic Rawlings, I just feel like they were junk. They were made of really cheap materials. The inside of the catching glove in your finger stalls and stuff was this really slick. Man, I wish I knew if I had a video talking about them. I used to have a really beautiful mint set black, and they were terrible. The glove was constantly trying to fall off my hand because the moment any sweat got in there, it was just slippery as heck. So I got these for the simple fact that I have this set of pads. And now I can put a Vic red and white full kit together. And if you've followed me for a while, you know I enjoy putting a match set of gear together. I know in the era of a lot of the gear I wear, mismatching brands and stuff was the thing to do. But I enjoy putting together a kit that looks like it was a retail kit and belongs together. So that's why I went ahead and made the deal that eased things from his end and from my end. I end up with stuff. And I'm going to tell you right now, I already know that this is a better glove than the versions I've had before. It doesn't look torn up in any way. The red's in great shape. A little bit of puck marks, that's good. The catch glove, very adjustable. In fact, I'll say I think it's a lot more of an advanced product than the Vic Rawlings version, the cheaper versions later. So yeah, I am really happy with this, and I'll give Andrew a shout out again, a thanks for working with me and coming up with an amicable solution for both of us, because anytime you have a seller that's able to do that and willing to do that, I mean, sellers can take a whole different road and cause you a lot of problems with, making disputes and things, and we don't have that problem. He's been honest with me, and I'm always honest with him. So this is cool. I now have a pretty awesome Vic white and red full setup. So anyway, that's it. Sorry, thanks for bearing with me. I had to get this vlog type unboxing done so I could speak my piece about just making sure that you're keeping yourself aware of what you've bought and how insurance works, because the default insurance on a lot of things is never quite enough. That's it. That's the unboxing, the final of the 4 boxes. I'll put a link to the playlist of unboxing videos up there, and I believe it'll be down below too and at the end of this video. And if you don't follow me on Instagram yet, it's @thecoopergoalie. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you don't yet, hit that subscribe button and the bell notification icon. And thanks for watching.